First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Mustafa Al Daoud. I am a doctoral in business administration. My major is strategic management. And, strategic management, I believe like you heard this a lot, right? So, strategic management, it's very important in our time. And I think each one of you, like if you study business, you will see strategic management right above on your courses, from introduction to business to marketing, and then you will see strategic management. Strategic management this time became very popular. Okay, most of the organizations they use strategic management in their corporate or in their organization. So what I'm trying to say here, during this demo presentation, I'll go ahead and cover the definition of strategic management. First of all, we need to learn or to understand what is a strategic management, okay? And why is it important? What are the benefits? What are the main components of the strategic management? And who does control it? Like who does making the decision? In my teaching style, I believe I use a lot of real world examples. I think this is to encourage you to connect theoretical concepts to practical business scenarios. And also, I would love to, facultate like discussions, using like incorporate active learning techniques. This is to help you, to develop maybe problems solving, critical thinking skills in the near future. So please, if you have any question, you can just stop me right away wherever I am and ask your question, or if you want to keep it all the way to the end. And then we will discuss about your thoughts, your ideas. We're going to share some information at the end about if you were working like in any corporate or organization. We will have a class learning engagement. So prepare yourself. This is going to be so fun. I believe, believe me, you're going to love it. Okay. All right. Definition of strategic management. What is the strategic management? Okay. Strategic management is the process by which an organization defines long-term goals. So from the beginning, we are focusing on long-term goals. We're not talking about short-term goals. We're not talking about day-to-day goals. Okay, we're talking about long-term goals. Develop plans to achieve those goals. To find an idea, you need to find a strategic management will help you to get an idea to achieve those goals. Okay, and finally, allocate the resources to implement a plan. So it's doing pretty much like three jobs. Okay, the things that behind the definition of strategic management is it involves in analyzing the internal and external environments. So when I say internal environments, strategic management will be involved in the strength, weaknesses, well, pretty much the SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and a threat. And when I say external analysis, it could be the competitive forces like pesto. I will speak more deeply in the next following slides, but I'm just giving you an idea how does strategic management work. So making a decision on a competitive positioning and ensuring that all the departments, all the parts of the organization are aligned all together under one strategic decision. So now we understand strategic decision, long-term goals, develop plans, and then resource allocations. Why is it important? Okay, why do we use a strategic management, right? You will ask this question. Long-term planning, ensure sustainable growth in the future. Yes, strategic management, since we are focusing on long-term goals, it will provide you a roadmap. Okay, it's like a direction, a roadmap for sustainable growth and adaptability of the organization. Competitive advantage. Strategic management help you to know and identify and maintain an edge over the competitors. It will give you a study work about your competitors. What are you surrounded with? It will give you also, it will know you about the market and what's going on in outside your organization. Proactive approach, anticipating challenges. Yes, there is a challenge. Strategic management will be involved, will ensure that all the organization level of work towards one common objectives. And finally, alignment of goals, harmonize organization efforts and objectives. Like I said earlier, it will help the business to anticipate and respond to any effectively changes happening. So strategic management will provide you a plan B. If a plan A got an issue, you got a problem, plan B will be ready to go. And we will speak more deeply about this in the next following slides. Okay, benefits of engaging in strategic management. So it's just like it's important to drink water, right? But what is the benefit? So the benefits to hydrogen the body, helping your kidneys, blah blah blah. Clear direction and focus. Strategic management will provide you, like I said, a roadmap, for the organization to align the resources, the efforts, the priorities towards one common goal. So you have one target, one goal, and this clarity will help you to stay away from any maybe convention and make sure that all the actions of the organization are working under one direction. Secondly, proactive problem solving. Like I said, it will have plan B, analyzing the internal and the external environment of the strategic management job will help the business to anticipate any challenges, any finding opportunities. Will allow the organization to find the issue or address the issue before it's become a big or a critical issue to take an advantage in any emerging trends. Competitive advantage. By the strategic management, the organization can identify and also can develop, there's a trend in different theme or in different forms from the competitors. And this is why the competitive advantage, it might be involved in cost leadership, or it could be creating a strong customer loyalty. Finally, improved decision will help you to improving your decision, because when you have a strategic plan in a place, you have a leader in a place or managers, you have a framework, you will make an informed decision. So this is will help you when you're making an informed decisions and you have all the departments are aligned all together, will reduce the risk of making a decision or or to prevent you of making incomplete information. Strategic management, three main components. So I'm just going to stop here for a second. Do you have any question? All right,
I don't
let's
see
move.
any questions in chat yet.
Okay, all right. So like I said in the beginning, please, if you got a question, just let me know, okay? All right. Strategic management, three main components. This is the the core concepts of the strategic management. Okay, those three main components. It's just like you're building a pyramid. Okay, so when the old Egyptian, when they built the pyramids, they had the basement, the middle, the top head. Okay, each one of these strategy, you will not be able to evaluate your organization or your decision without having a strategy implementation. Strategy implementation, you would not be able to allocate the resources without having a strategy formulation. So they are completing each other. Starting from strategy formulation, what does it do? Okay, let's assume corporate X starting a new strategic decision. Okay, they will go to the strategy formulation. They need to develop the organization vision, mission, goals, deciding the best course of action to achieve them. After we After we choosing the vision, mission, and goals, now it's come to the resource allocation, strategy implementation. Well, putting the formulated strategies into an action could be through policies, procedures, or allocation the resources. And finally, it comes down into the strategy evaluation, monitoring the progress, measuring the performance, and making an adjustment if applicable to ensure that the organization or the decision will remain effective over the time. For example, here, but this example is not about I'm not gonna give it to you like as a product, but as this demo presentation. Okay, AIU, our university. Before I'm as a doctor, before I apply to any job, I go to the vision and mission statement of any job, and I read it. I need to find if this is the right place for me, and I'm the right person for this place. So when I read their mission, like the mission of IIU is to be higher and learning institution concerned about generating culture development, and their vision is to see the empowerment of the students uh, through the world, right? So this is a strategy formulation, okay? When it comes into strategy implementation, okay, they are doing a resource allocation. This demo presentation is a resource allocation because I'm a resources, right? And then after this presentation, they are going to evaluate. Okay, let's evaluate Dr. Aldo, how is he doing? Okay, how does the presentation is going on? So the strategy evaluation will be made by the dean or the CEO or CFO or CAO, whoever responsible for making a decision. Is that clear? Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Um, Strategic management. I'm sorry, but all right. The strategic management analysis. So right here we have, like I said in the beginning, internal analysis, which is the SWOT analysis, and external analysis, PESTLE. So internal analysis that examine the organizational strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and external analysis, the PESTLE, political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environment that assess the opportunities and threats in the external environment that including competitive forces. Let's talk more deeply about the SWOT analysis. Okay, SWOT analysis.
Dr. Mustafa,
Yes, sir.
there is a student who wants to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Minani,
Yes.
is now a good time, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Minani, go ahead and activate your microphone.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Lambert. I think everyone is hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lambert and Dr. Mustafa. Yes, I'm called Minan Honore from Rwanda. It is my first time to attend this course of strategic management. I think it's my pleasure to meet you in this platform of AIU. So my question is this. I want to ask this strategic management, according to the definition and some explanations from you, it shows that cannot be applied at home. It's how you can use these tools of strategic management in a home, not just being used in an organization. Are you getting
So
me?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But can you just make it clear for me? So what do you mean like you cannot use it for home? Because
Because
oh, you mean like if you work from home for
yes,
small
that
businesses? So you mean for
yes.
a small business? Okay, okay.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
from the beginning, strategic management will, like I said in the definition, it defines for a long-term vision. Okay, so this is for you can. It's not for day-to-day business. It's not for short-term business. So strategic management is just like, for example, like Apple. Okay, Apple they use a strategic management up on their innovation and differentiation. So they are focusing for their targets when it's for overall, like in the next following 5 to 6 years, to make a revenue. So it's not a day to day, it's not a short term businesses. So a strategic management will not be a good decision for working from home, or you have a business in home. It will not support you, or it will not be perfect for that business.
Means it's for the big companies, big organizations,
Long,
and the CEO only.
that is correct
Okay,
for
thank you.
long-term businesses.
Uh,
Any other
Thank you.
questions?
That's, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right. All right. Well,
Uh,
that was a good question. Okay, thank you so much. So, yeah, let's get back to the internal analysis. So, SWOT, as of strength right here, these are attributes or resources that give the company a competitive advantage. So, for example, strength. Let's take Apple as their strength. Strong brand reputation. Everyone know Apple, right? Loyal customer base. I'm one of the loyal customers to Apple. I've been using iPhone for maybe 10 years. There's could be some students, they are an Android users. I'm not saying, your Samsung is not that perfect. Yes, Samsung as well. So, but I'm just taking this as an example. Loyal customer base, skilled workforce, unique technology. As of weaknesses, Apple could be they have a high price, or let's not focus in just on Apple, but as a weaknesses of any organization could be a high employee turnover, could be a financial limited financial resources, maybe outdated technology, could be a poor customer service. And as of the opportunities, these are favorable, like external factors that the company can capitalize on. For example, in opportunities, emerging markets, changing in consumer preference, and also it could be technological advancement or new partnership or new alliance. As of threat, the external factors that could harm the businesses, maybe intense competition, economic downturn, supply chain disruptions. So all of these factors are affect the internal analysis of the organization. Let's see what is the external analysis. So the PESTEL. PESTEL, if I want to define the PESTEL is the tool that used to analyze a microenvironmental factors that affect the organization. So it could be from political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environment. Political. This is a perfect example about what's going on here in the United States. After the new President Trump, when he became the president of the United States, government policies will affect regulations, trade agreements, taxation, political, stability. So now, like when the new president, he became made in a lot of some executive orders, and one of these orders was like, will raising the taxes on Mexico or Canada or on the European trade. So political will affect the external analysis of the corporates or the organization. Economic, I would say economic growth, inflation rates, or exchanging rates, or unemployment, disposal income. As of social, could be a cultural trends, demographic, the consumer behaviors, technological, maybe innovation, technology adoption rates, new AI is coming into the world, legal around employment, like health and safety, intellectual property, consumer rights, and finally, as of the environment, that maybe the climate change, sustainability concerns, for example, here, like, pressure to reduce the carbon footprints, that will affect on the external analysis of the organizations. All right, so before I start with the role of strategic management, so now since we know the definition of strategic management, the main three components, why is it important? What are the benefits of strategic management? Now it's the time to learn who does make those decisions. Who's the responsible for strategic management? Okay, so they set up the strategy formulation. They set up the vision, mission, goals. We did the resource allocation. We evaluated. Okay, we made the evaluation. We monitored the progress. Now is the time to learn and find out who does make this decision, this very important decision. Who's the responsible for this? Board of directors. Board of directors, they provide an oversight to ensure that the strategy aligns with the organization in the long-term goals and values. Senior executives, CEO, COO, or CFO, they are the primary drivers of strategic management. And also like executive crafts or implement that, they monitor the strategy, they make an adjustment, they have all, I would say they can do everything, but it should be under or like their decision should be aligned with the organization structured decision. Strategic management team. Many organizations, they have designed a team for strategic planning. This is consisting a senior mid-levels of managers, departmental managers. I would say here, like managers are responsible for making a decision, but it should be within their respective area. Like they have to go back to their CEO or CFO or to the board of directors and share their thoughts, but they cannot make a decision because they have to go back to the senior executives. Um, employees, employees, they may not set up the strategy. Since Minani, you asked me this question in the beginning. If I work from home or does strategic management work for like small businesses? So this is a also good answer for you that employees, they may not set up the strategy, but they can contribute into the successful of making a decision or with their development strategies. And finally, external consultants. Some organization, I would say, they engage consultants from outside the organization with to assist with the development strategies. And most of the time, like bringing an outside idea into the corporate, it could be help for making a better decision. All right. Real world examples. So right here, I'm just going to provide you some good strategic decision, and some big organizations, big corporates, they used a strategic management, and how do they success with the strategic management. So companies like Apple, Amazon, and Tesla are a standout example of using a strategic management. We will notice in those examples, like each one of these corporates or these organizations, they are using a unique strategy for their strengthen and their competitive edge. So, for example, Apple, they maintain their competitive edge by focusing on differentiation and innovation into their product design, their innovation. So Apple here, they invest heavily in technology, like to produce a new iPhones, new Mac OS, or a new iCloud. So investing in research and development, Apple decision making is to process typically and focus on the combination of the key strategy in the market leadership and sustain innovation to deliver a good quality or a good product to their customers. Amazon. Amazon used cost leadership and diversification strategy to dominate the retail technology services. So Amazon here, they invest heavily in logistic technology because uh, that will help them to deliver faster than the competitors, than eBay, AliExpress, Alibaba, whatever, and also at lower price. Okay, so when they created like the Amazon Prime, that was a great strategic decision, and that was a long-term vision. Okay, and finally, we have Tesla. Tesla, we all know Tesla, a company that they produce electric vehicles, batteries, and even they have their own charging stations. So Tesla, they focus on innovation and vertical integration. So Tesla here, they invest heavily in batteries technology, right? That will help them to produce like batteries with a longer range, than other electric companies. Moving to the next one, bad strategic decisions. Here are some organizations that they did not use good strategic management. Okay, Nokia, they failed to innovate or to adopt the touchscreen technology in time to compete with Apple and Android devices. And the outcome was Nokia, they lost their dominant position in mobile phone market. Kodak, the same thing. They despite inventing in first digital camera. So Kodak, they choose to focus on their traditional films to avoid the core product. So the outcome was Kodak, they filed for bankruptcy in 2012 as the digital photography market exploded without them. All right, strategic innovation framework. In strategic innovation, it's involved in leveraging the resources and the capabilities to create a unique value proposition. And those key steps are identifying the opportunities. You need to identify your opportunity. You need to recognize and find out every unmet needs or inefficiencies or any new trends out the market. You have to go and catch up. Experimentation, have to be expert. You have to test new ideas in any controlled environment. Adopting long-term vision. Since we are speaking about long-term goals, long-term vision, so you need to have that balance, immediate goals with the future aspiration. And finally, aligning innovation with the core strategy. um, when you align, when I say a core strategy, you are ensuring new initiatives that support overall the business objectives. Core concepts of strategic management. This is very fun. Why is it important, right? We asked this question in the beginning, but as of competitive advantage, the strategic management here, the unique value, or I would say the position that distinguish the organization from their competitors, core competencies, also the organization unique strength that provide a good value to the customer. You have to give a value to your customer, right? Value chain analysis, examine the activities that give the value to the product or to the service, and finally, sustainability. Um, Sustainability, like you need to ensure that the long-term success through innovation and ethical practices are under aligned or under one strategic direction. Risk involved in strategic management. So strategic management is great. Most of the organization are using strategic management. Big corporations are using strategic management. So what are the risks are behind the scenes? Okay. Yes, of course, there is a risk. We're not saying that strategic management will take the organization from the bottom all the way to the top. There is some certain rules that organization they need to follow. One of these risks is uncertainty and market volatility. Uh, the risk here of the market is, I would define it as unpredictable, changing in customer preference or in economic condition or political factors that can drill those strategies. So, for example, here, if a company like investing heavily in declining industry, or a company are investing in ignoring disruptive technology, that there's no need for this, okay? And you invest so heavily, what was the outcome? The outcome is like you're losing, right? If the market are not welcoming or are not accepting these products, resource misallocation, misjudging the resources that need to the execution can lead, uh, could be an overspending or underfunding critical areas. So, for example, here, invest in a poor research expansion without educate the talent or the technology. Resist to change. Employees or stakeholders may resist in a new strategy or causing delays or maybe poor implementation, and this is will um, lead to introducing like a new technology in a workforce that is not trained or motivated to use. So if you are creating a product or you have a service that you want to provide to the customer, and you are not training your workers, you're not motivate them how to sell, then the outcome will be um, you're losing, right? And over reliance on assumption. The risk here, the strategic decision, I would say most of the time it depends on assumption that the competitors, market, internal capabilities, which can be flowed. So the like assuming competitors will not respond aggressively to the market entity. Same thing in the execution risk. Even like the best part or the best plan here can fail without proper execution or alignment or monitoring. Global risk is a perfect example of geographical tension or supply chain disruptions, and also could be a coronavirus, like in COVID-19 when it happens. That was a global risk that affect on the entire world. And finally, I think this is my last slide for this presentation. Strategic management engagement. So before I end, since I defined the strategic management to you, now you know the main components of strategic management. Why is it important? Who's making those decisions? And we share some real world examples. I need you to each one of you to take like 2 minutes. Okay, I need you to think about an organization. Okay, why they, or even you can use your, like if you're working, you can use your own corporate or your own work. Think about why they don't use a strategic management or why they are using strategic management. So if you're working for a small business, it could be they're not using strategic management due to these factors right here. I just put it for you. Maybe limited resources, maybe focusing on a short-term goals, could be organizational culture, maybe an external challenges. So think about one of these key points right here, and just let's have a chat conversation about your thoughts, your ideas. Maybe one of you, like he's working for a big organization, they have a long-term vision. He can share his thoughts and his idea. So that would help me and help the others to have better understanding about strategic management. Thank you for listening to me today. I hope I cleared the image of the strategic management. I'm ready for any questions. And then don't forget, this is going to be our engagement for now. Let's think about an organization. Please share your thoughts, your ideas. Thank you so much.